Hello friends, my name is Oldland Cloud and I upload daily Bazaar gameplay videos to my YouTube channel. Let's jump into a run. Trying to get that intro more and more punchy, quicker and quicker, until the point when it's basically incomprehensible, yelled at the top of my voice. Playing Pig again, to the extent if I could wave a wand and have a run come true, it would be a money tree run. But that is not the way things work. This item can work really well. The problem is I can't pronounce its name, which really limits its value in this playthrough. But I think I'm going to grab it because it's an early scaler.
I want you to be happy.
You're early econ.
Delivery's free. I like the exercise.
And an early properties sell. And you're just good early. You're just a good early defensive item to
I
have.
think you're really
Adeladdle I grabbed because it's good for square pig. So we don't really know where the run's going to take us at this point, of course, so you kind of keep your options open. The bad thing is, as I always do, I just spend out at the first shop and end up with no money to do anything I want. But, who knows? And we might pick up kimono here, or scarf, sorry, from the kimono, which is another scaling item, which would be great. And would also like, if we can't get the scarf, it'd be nice to get another shielder to work with Bushel, and that alone may be enough to win some first day fights. Just a bit of survivability. Although Burn is also quite strong early. No luck with the scarf. Not really what we want to see here. I think I'm just going to take the gold, as underwhelming as it is. Jungle Ruins on day one I always take as pig to gain the income. Sets you up in good stead as the game goes on. Against a pig, I mean this is just our best board, it's the best we can do. I give us roughly 50-50 chance of winning here. Our burn is really nice. We've got a bit of survivability with heal. We have a bad time against shield, which they don't have. They're a square pig in the making. I'm scared about your skill, but you've put it inexplicably on dog rather than longbow, which I think makes me feel a lot better about the situation. Your regen though is going to be extremely annoying. Your regen just completely invalidates our burn. So I think this one comes down to timing. And the fact they've got that little bit extra health than us means longbow's always hitting for 3. Maybe if this sandstorm hits before their items hit, which it does, we draw. Fantastic. A little bit of luck there. I think you need a little bit of luck early with pig. It's just bad early. It just is really bad early. But the trade-off is that it's the easiest character to get very late game with. We're relatively unlikely to beat anyone that we fight, but we have no use for Curio and spare change is super underwhelming. Do we actually take the income here? I feel like we're so unlikely to win this fight. I think I'll take the income.
Now that's giving up the business.
And sure, let's just take a bit more heal, a bit more survivability.
I'm just getting you ready for them.
Hi, I'm Quicksilver.
I want to find something to fill out the board here. Ideally a shielder.
Huge things.
None of you are shielders. You're decent. You give us some weird kind of scaling. And I think with you we play Atlatl over our whatever that thing is. This is the best build we can put together. It's not good, let's be clear. But I think with the scaling we've got and the heal we've got, we can take Covetous. Bit of a gamble. Would be fun to put Shadowed Cloak on Atlatl early though. Very slow though, but it might get there. The buffing from weights is really nice. The only fear is being one-tapped here, but I don't think the fight gets that far. Oh, I guess really bad timing might potentially ruin our day as well. That's a restart for sure though if that happens. I feel like with this time we should be okay. Even if it's hitting for 100, we've got an hour. Oh, that was awful timing with the... Oh, that was lucky in the end. We had the worst possible timing with the bushel there. But we just draw, so we're scraping by. Don't see the item we want. It's greedy, but I'm going to take more income. Really trying to get that income sorted. I think our next fight is cooked, depending on what we see here. Gumball Machine can be good. Can be good. The rest of this, I think I like bandages for synergy with Bushel. It's just so bad. Let's roll. Robe is interesting. Robe has a bit of synergy. And then I'd like a small item to fill out our board. I don't think weights are making it back onto the board. Tusked Helm. Who'd have thought it? And then we play you like this. Although we'd like our shield buff to go to Bushel, so we play you like this. Decent bit of survivability here. Super weak to... oh no, rightmost. We want Bushel to go there. Super weak to very fast burn, which this person could be, and to poison, which this person also could be.
My fight isn't with you.
Burning lighter. Oh, that's a nasty musket. It's kind of slow, but it's going to be hitting for 200. No scaling. I think it just... Maybe we're okay, actually. It's going to be timing again. It's going to be timing again. We're not scaling. But we charge our Bushel a lot now, which makes it harder to run into problems with scaling, I think. That was a nasty crit. We need no crit and good scaling here, I feel. That was fantastic timing. We take it. We've gotten very lucky with fights so far, I will say. This is not a 2-0 board. And we've even got lucky with the timing of AI fights, so let's hope that we can build it into something decent. Don't have any scaling items like Scarf or something. You're a scaler, but you scale from property, which is a bit trickier.
Got any new playlists for me?
Ointment is amazing. And we'll definitely play it over that. Just a great item. You can go. Golf clubs is interesting, but I think it's still just too bad to play. That one needs a buff. Apropos Chapeau is fantastic, so is Ganjo.
The more we can hang out.
Do we want it? Wouldn't be playing it until we're level 4, but I mean, this just isn't getting off the ground at all. You're gone.
Might leave a scar, but nothing attached.
So we're defensive pig. Pure defensive pig. Only 2. What are we missing? Tool, weapon, property, apparel. We need tool and weapon. And property. We don't really have much to go with it. But that's okay. It's still not terrible and we can work on it. I think we just take more income. 16 income a turn is really nice for us. Definitely want a free upgrade, I think, to Robe. Which now charges quicker, I believe. No, it has lower cooldown, which is pretty much the same thing. Don't think we can... Actually, can we beat Hoverbike? Hooverbike. Presumably a misspelling, although I'm not 100% sure. Maybe they do run out of steam a little bit, and they rely on the weakness thingy. We probably want you there. And we scale with Apropos Chapeau now. I actually think we can win. This might be a throw, but I think we can survive the initial burst until Bolus and Uzi run out of ammo, and then it's just weak point scaling the grappling hook and the laser pistol. The laser pistol did get a buff recently. I think it dropped from 5 to 4. I think even with that we should be okay, but we're going to find out here. The charging robe is really nice. It's our strongest item by far. So we've outlasted the ammo now. Now we just have to scale faster ideally, which I think we are. I think we should be okay. Just. Yeah, running. It's and the laser just about to go as well. We really are surviving by the skin of our teeth here. But we gambled on it, so it's nice to get a little reward there. Can't really afford any good skills even with selling out. The XP I think means we get to level 4. Let's just take the XP. And let's take a free heal or regen item to try to preserve some money. Shorts is decent.
It's all about motivation. You gotta know
Yeah, it's decent. It gives us weapon for our tags on the apropos chapeau. Yeah, I think given that it gives us the additional type, we play you over Ganjo. And I think we upgrade. You can make an case for upgrading Ganjo. Adelaide increasingly looks like it's not seeing play. I think even with how bad pig skills are, we go pig skills. They're terrible. Sure, a little bit more health. Somehow I feel we're not going to be winning many more fights at this rate. So we're a scaling defender against another perfect pig. Was that level 5? This is early to be level 5. This must be a strong oinker. What are you doing, brother? Oh, it's always intimidating when you see the small board. I feel like they're bad? Oh no, their money tree goes off like crazy and scales their toxic laser security system. That's the play. So they went enchanted start, I'm guessing. We may be okay here though, because we heal quite a bit. Our heal scales. Our heal gets rid of stacks of poison, and the sandstorm's coming in. So I think we win this. They're going to be a nasty build later on though. This silver money tree. They've kind of got their scaling engine online already almost. It doesn't look like much, but trust me, this thing is going to become a menace in the late game. Our ointment was actually doing really great work there as well. Wasn't even noticing it, but the getting rid of half our poison every time it goes off is massive. That feels almost overpowered. Seeing as it's one of the only items in the game that has that type of effect. Your property, which means you'd give us a property tag, but it's a lot to pay just for that.
See that, Barkin? That's how it's done.
You're also an interesting chap in a shielding build. Maybe we grab it. I think we grab it. And I think we now sell you. Don't know what I want to put crit on. I guess just robe. And we hold on like this. Adelaide is almost certainly gone. In fact, you're gone. Oh, I was keeping it for the weapon tag. You fool! Now I need to pick up another cheap weapon. Okay, easy enough. And let's take a roll. Don't really have buy-sell. Oh, we do have buy-sell synergies actually with our landscraper now. So let's start trying to pump the value of our landscraper. Apropos chapeau now going off 4 times, which is nice. Don't think I can get to 4 without selling items I'd like to keep, so I'll just take 1. You're interesting. You're a poisoner who likes destroying my small items. I think if I get rid of these 2, we can take you. Even though ointment benefits from getting rid of poison, I think the benefit of not giving them a small item to destroy and therefore scale is stronger. Not looking for any item in particular here, just looking to grab the extra XP. The build is kind of going nowhere, but we seem to be scraping wins, and maybe for the time being, that's enough. As pig. You just kind of, ideally you find a way to be scaling in your bag with a fixer-upper or something similar, but if you can't, getting early wins is more than a lot of pigs get in their life. That was meant in reference to the game, not meant to be a stark reminder of the dark realities of the world in which we live. Some crypto. And then you and you come back out. Don't have much money. Let's upgrade our shorts. If they're staying out here, they may as well be silver.
Quality. If the elder could see me now.
Sure. Don't feel like re-rolling, so sure.
I'm proud of
And it's
you.
better off going on bandages like so. Transforming, do we anything we want to transform? Not really. Let's cash out of crypto there. Let's have a look at what you've got going on.
Do you have any
Linkment upgrade?
items?
Doesn't do anything, right? It just upgrades the amount it heals, which is not what we're using it for. Shorts upgrade is not bad, so maybe let's sell out of the piggy bank here
Fine, here's some gold.
so that we can afford
Buy from
gold
Bazaar
shorts.
instead.
So now it's worth looking at getting tags in the bag, whereas before it was just kind of along for the ride. Now we should be paying a bit more attention to scaling it. Hopefully a weapons Vanessa. I feel like we match up quite well against weapon Vanessa that can run out of steam a little bit. Match up poorly against aquatic. It's weapons. We got what we asked. It looks pretty nasty. They've got the shark claws scale. They've got the eels tech, which I love. I'm an eels appreciator. They're not benefiting from noisy cricket. It's going to be a tight one. They're scaling a lot, but so are we. I think the apropos chapeau going 4 times is actually hurting us because it scales their eels so much. Looking like... Oh, it's so hard to tell. We look great once the heals come through, but they're getting closer and closer to killing us. That crit has to have hurt. I think we lose anyway. Just too much scaling on the other side. So that's fine. We were overdue a loss. But we have to start looking at a way of turning this into a build that does something. Because at the moment it's not doing much. Let's have a look at gold rather than a fight, I think. Gold items. Just because they could change our life and we need a pivot. You're a good pivot. And we perfectly afford you. We pivot into freeze pig. It has to be the play. It just has to be. So we get rid of shorts, even though your shorts help with apropos chapeau. Maybe we hold you in the bag for the time being. Although you're also a win con. We don't need you in the bag anymore. Bushel and robe are keeping us alive, basically. Yeah, I think shorts have to go. And bandages have to go. And we play you like this. So the only tag you're missing out on is property. And we try to pivot into a freeze pig build, which can be really strong. That was kind of just handed to us a little bit there. Don't really fancy enhancing any of our items. There's such minimal effect on the ice club. We'll take extra income though. Would like to pick up the globe. Need to sell an item that costs 2. I think with Ice Club, Landscraper is just not happening. It's scaling very slowly. I'd rather have some health scaling. So now we look for freeze, and in particular, is it Cold Room? Mod Squad should be okay, I think. Such a strong item at this stage of the game in particular. The the first time you fall below half health is the insanely strong aspect of it. But at this stage of the game, you also get a lot of value from it hitting like this. So you just have survivability on the right side of the board, boof damage on the left side of the board. And that should get us through most AI fights, I hope. And then hopefully we pick up some freeze items sooner rather than later, which then help charge this bad boy really effectively. Don't think I've done a freeze pig run in quite some time, certainly not in this meta. So it would be a fun one to get together. Let's just take a Silvertail item and pray. There was a chance, brother. So we want properties. Properties can often be large. There's also that, is it the sauna? That is a really good freeze item. You're interesting. Certainly interesting. I think Ice Club is just... I mean, Ice Club is certainly better now. And let's keep an eye out for... That's good value. Let's keep an eye out for double whammy later on, I think, if we're to make that pivot. Don't have the support to do it now, I don't think. Don't think there's really many small items we're looking for.
First step toward good taste.
Certainly none of these. Is it even worth a reroll here? There must be some that help that I'm not thinking of. Ice Luge. Ice Luge would be a nice get. And Steam Ladle has potential. We'll keep you in the bag for once we hopefully find some better freeze items. Mac. I feel like Mac is bad news with the tendency for poison and slow.
I seek the ultimate secret. Will you get me any closer?
This looks extremely concerning, but we hit. Kaboom! They had just a little, just not enough health. I think if they survive one swing, they win that. We got a little lucky there, but we take those. So I think this is kind of a meta build, but I've never done this myself.
I know you, Mr. Piglet.
So hopefully it comes together.
You are handsome.
Gym is interesting. Don't think it really has a synergy with the build we're looking for. The survivability on the right side of the board is actually doing quite alright for the time being.
Farewell.
Don't think so. No freeze items there. Large items is what we want. Show us some freezes, brother. None of these.
This is more fun.
Definitely not. I think it's too late for Money Tree. And definitely not. One time, a freezer. That's a freezer. You'll do. You're a start. I don't think you're exactly what we're looking for, but you're a start.
I would give it for
So I think we bring you on the board
That's wrong.
like so. Just keep Robe and Bushel for the survivability. Or keep Apropos Chapeau for the Ice Club scaling. It's so minimal. Ointment is phenomenal. We might hang on to... In fact, we might play... Go like this. Lose a bit of heal from Bushel. But we get to keep Ointment on the board because of the Cleansing Half. Burn and Poison is incredible for survivability. And you should go like that. So I feel like that was a... Do we want to pick this up and just keep in the... No, probably not. Igloo is decent. Don't think we beat Lich. Although it's always good to be in a position where you have to think about it briefly. So the first time we fall below half health, we freeze an item with Igloo and freeze an item permanently with Ice Club, which is great. Don't have as much survivability as we had previously, but I think we got to start bringing freeze items out onto the board at some point, and now's as good a time as any. Don't think we'll be playing with 2 ammo items, so we'll give that one a miss.
Now that's giving up.
Upgrade. How does Igloo upgrade, brother? Let's find out. How Bazaar Igloo? Does it just increase the burn? It freezes more items, so that's a fantastic item, fantastic upgrade. So you will be coming onto the board. Double freeze means double charge for our Ice Club. Gotta take a gamble. That has to be good.
Protect.
So we can enchant Ice Club, which can be amazing, or we can upgrade it to Diamond. How does Ice Club upgrade? You can tell I haven't played this build much. Ice Club upgrades by increasing its damage by 500, which is pretty massive. It does increase the rate at which it charges. So the choice is between upgrading it or enchanting it. I feel like you enchant it. Although there's some bad enchants you could get. Maybe you just upgrade it. Rather than a random enchant that you could just completely whiff on. Yeah, I'm just going to take the upgrade. And now let's take on a monster. Infernal, no! Maybe? Maybe there's a chance here? Especially with Ointment, and especially if we get lucky with our freezers. Maybe? So you're telling me there's a chance. In fact, you're telling me we should win, especially with Ointment? Ointment MVP? It's incredible? Is it the greatest item in the game? Quite possibly. So we can still put our next enchant on Ice Club if we like the looks of it. If not, if it's like haste or slow, there might be better items we can put it on. Blue Stick, what an absolutely cursed name. It's a spammy Vanessa. A little all over the place, but I kind of like the synergy with a fast hasting cloak with pufferfish. But brother, I got bad news for you. Diamond Giant Ice Club is a strong weapon to have at this stage of the game. Now we want more freeze, please. There's definitely medium freezes.
Nothing huge. All about moderation.
You're an interesting chap, but no. None of these are freezes. We gotta just keep our eyes open for freezes. All we really care about.
I would promise to be here when you're ready.
Not too interested here. Interesting. Pretty early to get backroom dealings. I think we'll take you. Decent way of getting our health up through incidental visits. Can't think of much small that we're looking for. But for the sake of 2, I'll roll. Abacus has to be better than... maybe not actually. Better than Steam Ladle at the moment. Although getting in that tiny little bit of burn just helps us get over the line a little bit, maybe. It's not very good. I think we hold.
If you want something big and ugly, go see Paul.
Chili Charles, I feel like we beat, and I feel like must have some good stuff for us. Like another Igloo, like Ice Cream Truck, like Icicle, like Ice Cubes. Is everything here amazing for us? Quite possibly. Don't want the skill, but I think everything here is pretty good. Double Igloo? Oh, we have the same level. I mean, it's great. It's great to get it. It now freezes 3, but for a second I thought it was a second one, which would have been even better. Builds coming together here. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I mean, you know what we have to do, right? You're gone. You're stored. Welcome, brother.
Make a sale. Sad to say goodbye.
This is really cool. That was a great get. I wasn't even thinking of that possibility. You're tempting, but no. So now Igloo goes twice and freezes 6 items, which charges Giant Ice Club pretty much instantly, or as soon as it goes off, which happens immediately when it falls below half health, which then pretty much gets insta-charged and hits for 3,000, which should be one-tapping everyone. So we shouldn't be losing. Really, it would take something pretty extraordinary to beat us this early in the game. There's certainly stuff that later is not going to let you get this off. One-tap builds, I guess. We lose to one-taps because we don't fall below half health. But this is pretty busted. Berserk reference here, I assume. So I just don't see how we lose. First time you fall below half health, this gets insta-used, insta-charges Ice Club, and insta-kills. It's just that easy.
Put it toward nobler use.
Could look at upgrading Fort to increase all cooldowns by 2 seconds, which includes their items.
It's all about motivation. You gotta know what you're fighting for.
Snowflake one time? No. And we still got a chance to come. So I am aware this is kind of a meta build, I think, but it's come together in a really cool way. And I think Ointment is actually pulling its own weight. Cleansing half your burn and poison at 7 seconds can be quite nifty. And I think now it's a good idea to focus on getting our health up. if at all possible,
Try my best.
through kind of passive. This has to be on the board to give us health, so we don't want it. And it's a bit too late for a silver fixer-upper, so not there.
Like my armor.
And there's certainly other freeze
Try my best.
items that could make a case for inclusion. But at the moment, I think anything that doesn't one-tap us and anything that doesn't have insane survivability, we just beat the moment we fall below half health. And even if we don't fall below half health, we win at the 8-second mark. Incredible combo here. And we're going to get to level 10 today, so we will get an enchant. I wonder how fort enchants work. Okay, that's amazing. It's an amazing way to get passive health, which is exactly what we want. So I need to sell something of value for. I guess it has to be the ring, even though it's quite good. I can't sell ointment, I don't think. Or can I? Realistically, I don't think it matters that much. Having just said it was doing a good job. Realistically, if we have burn and poison, we're not getting one tapped. In which case this should go off. I don't think we need it with the way the build works. So I'm going to be greedy and sell and keep the signet ring whilst buying the lemonade stand. That is greedy, definitely. But look at the value we're about to get from lemonade stand here. It's a thing of beauty. 50 health every time we sell a small item. 40 health, sorry, is absolutely fantastic. Now, crit effects on Ice Club, I think we might just take that, to be honest. It's not the flashiest enchant, but there's certainly a lot worse ones. And it increases the damage it does on average quite a lot. Really, the build relies on one tapping with Ice Club. Would have preferred poison, burn, shiny, obsidian. Not freeze, I don't think. But this was kind of a pretty decent option still. Yeah, I think we're favoured to get to 10 here. Just have to try to avoid one-tappers. We need 4 more wins, so it can be a relatively early win as well before stuff gets too broken. We won't even need to drop to half health this time, I don't think. I guess there's perma-freeze builds that beat us as well by freezing Ice Club constantly, and even if it's charging, it never gets to go off. But the second it gets a chance to go off and double taps, especially with that crit chance, it's going to be beating pretty much everyone. Should be on the lookout for some CDR as well, which benefits Ice Club a lot. We take you for the massive gains to health.
If I don't have what you need,
And we're also gaining health every time we visit a merchant. Lion's Cane is good, but not what we're rocking in this build. You're very good. Cold Room is what I was looking for. I think we pick it up and put it in the bag.
is free. I like
In fact, it just can't be better than what we're doing, is it? It just can't be better than... It's less flashy, better against pure spam builds, but against pure spam builds, they're not one-tapping us, so we're gonna have Ice Club go off once anyway. Yeah, I just don't think it works in our build, which is strange. And I don't think we need any of the other enemy skills, so we just try for Tropical Island here. Clemmer would be a decent item to slot in our last spot. How do we beat one-tap builds? Or how do we deal with the situation we get to where we may not ourselves be one-tapping? That's when we run into trouble. But even then we only need Igloo to go off once in addition to dropping below half health. You increase crit chance by 20%, so you're actually a great pickup. You don't steal charge or anything, so it's fine. Yeah, just a really good pickup with the Pet Rock. And we take Gumballs with our Lemonade Stand synergy to start beefing up our max health. So Ice Club now hitting really, really hard with the 81% crit chance. It'll be only kind of ridiculous belted pigs that don't get one shot here. How do we go in the mirror? It's a weird mirror, I can imagine. I've never been involved in it.
The joy of more.
Very weird mirror. Maybe we try to get cooldown of Igloo down, in which case we might win in the mirror.
You do have a head start on
With Fort though, that has to put us in a pretty good situation. That's interesting. When you use a property, adjacent items gain crit chance. So this would be giving Ice Club 10% extra crit before it goes off. I think that's probably worth it. And I think we put Fort over here to also give Ice Club some extra crit chance. Skill upgrades, can we afford you? Not really without selling a lemonade stand, and our skills are super underwhelming anyway. I am just going to take some max health. Vanessa has to be a good matchup. Unless it's Boulder. Even then though, it has to... Even then we put on a bit of shield. It has to be a very, very strong Boulder build to kill us. It's not Boulder.
Makes this more fun.
Are you a freezer? No, and you're not a one-tapper. So as long as we don't get I mean, it's gonna get to proc naturally anyway. Yeah, we don't even need the auto hit from falling below half health. So if it crits every time, which is very likely, it deals 6,000 damage. So that would even be one-tapping myself, and I focused a lot on getting extra health. Just don't see any way this doesn't get to 10, but who knows? With 28 to spend, it's tempting to take a look, but I just can't see anything being worthwhile in there. So I'll take you. And then I'm going to take some free chocolate, even though we only get 4 for our health scaling. And then I don't think I'm going to take Voidy, because you beat me if you destroy my Ice Club. And Property Baron has big numbers, which would ensure we're critting every time, to the extent we're not already. And Trader, which would help. Don't think you one-tap us, right? No. Yeah, that's fine. Icicle would be nice to put in place of Pet Rock here. Property is that's interesting. Keys are interesting. They're just so slow. But could definitely make an argument that that's better than Pet Rock. How often is that really going anyway? And there's a 50% chance it triggers Fort, which is useless. So you're gone, bud. Gumballs in a most inefficient way, but the health they give us is so nice. Temptation, once your build's really put together like this, is to just rush through. But you don't want to be in the position where you kind of regret not taking the most advantage of the build you put together. And it's kind of fun to min-max a build like this. I think the idea is to think of what possible builds could beat you. This is once you're very, very strong. Think of what possible builds could beat you and try to build around that, so to avoid that. So for me, my thinking was that one-tap builds can beat us. So the best way of beating that is to get this lemonade stand and try to scale our health massively. It doesn't help against Boulder, but helps against other one-tap builds a lot. So you can see the difference this lemonade stand has made to our health is enormous. Let's take a look, because I would love to see, that's exactly what I wanted. So this should be pretty much maxing out our crit chance now, even without Pet Rock, so we can look at replacing Pet Rock. Don't see any way a duelie can beat us, other than Perma-Freeze. It's a friend burn kind of build. With fire, Fiery Rebirth actually is interesting. I mean, yeah, it's not interesting enough. Let's put it that way. But that's something I didn't think about. You can't really play around Fiery Rebirth, I don't think, short of just trying to make it so Igloo goes off twice, which we're kind of doing anyway. Don't think I need any more skill upgrades. We'll have a look at econ items. Sure.
I made that same investment once. I'd say the results are evident, wouldn't you?
interesting chaps, but we'll just buy sell you for the lemonade standoff.
Harvest will come soon.
And more health. Maybe could have even bought the chocolates there, but no point getting worried about it. So, can't remember exactly how you work, but I'm pretty sure we beat you. And I'm pretty sure you have some items we'd like. We'd love the snowflake. Yeah, just like that. We'd love the snowflake, we'd love the frost potion, we'd love the sapphire. The skills would be good. Yeah, I mean, it has to be good, right? We can now make it 99, what was it? 99.5 seconds, that's all the difference. So it has to be increasing Igloo's freeze. Not that super matters, but we'll take it. Upgrade an item. I think we upgrade Fort just to slow everyone down a bit more. Certainly the beneficiary of slowing all items down is us. We like a nice slow game to make sure that we proc by going beneath, to make sure that our half health procs. And you gotta go and enchant here. Don't really know what you're doing, Fort. Let's see what you're doing, Igloo. You heal every time it goes off, I assume. Just decent bit of healing, can't hurt. And let's have a look at small items
The smaller proportions.
to both buff our health and look for a potential replacement for our pet rock lilies. They're just kind of chilling, having a nice time. So your crit will get to 100% even without pet rock, I'm pretty sure, or very close to. So I think you can make a real case for ointment.
I think that suits
Play it like this. It also gets, it goes twice now, so it cleanses half, then half again. So what's that? 75% of our burn and poison. So it's actually a pretty amazing item.
Fire's
Not that we really need it.
Be remorseless.
I think we hold on to our pet rock just in case. Hold on to Wilson. No, Wilson was a volleyball. And yeah, I mean, how do we lose? So the run works because Igloo, the first time you fall below half health, this gets used, which charges 6 items. Oh, I should start with, sorry, Fort increases all item cooldowns by 2 seconds, both ours and the opponent's. And it gives all my items with a cooldown of 8 seconds or greater multicast, which is now all of these items now have multicast. Because of that, when I drop below half health, Igloo gets used automatically, which means it freezes 6 items with the multicast. That then charges my Ice Club 12 seconds, 18 seconds. So it automatically goes off, regardless of it being slowed or anything like that. Ice Club proccing immediately deals, with the crit chance, about 6,000 damage. And insta-kills them unless they've got some ridiculous amount of health. And even if they've got the ridiculous amount of health, we can rely on Igloo going off naturally after 9 seconds. Because we're slowing them down so much. And Ointment is just a little bit of survivability to stop the crazy situation where we end up on just above half health, then drop all the way down to dead. Which means we would never proc the half health on Igloo, which is the only way that we lose, really. Or getting just one tapped from full health down, but there's not a huge amount we can do about that beyond giving ourselves lots of health, which we've done. And we also immediately perma-freeze one of their items when we fall below half health, but that shouldn't matter because we should be winning. And we're using Prime Real Estate to get the Ice Club's crit chance up to 100%. So that's the build. Don't see any way we lose to Mac, but I've been wrong before. It's a very aggro burn build, but so long as we drop below half health and don't get extraordinarily unlucky with our crits, we'll win this quite comfortably. Boom. Oh, we did get incredibly unlucky with our hits. That must have... Yeah, it's very, very unlucky not to crit there. But all it did was ruin the kind of dramatic moment of one-tapping them, because Igloo then went off naturally, or because we dropped below half health more likely, and because of that, Ice Club just went again immediately. One of the funnest pig builds I've put together, I think. Came together really, really nicely. Really fun run. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please consider subscribing. I'm a tiny little channel. It helps me a great deal. It really does make a big difference to it, and I massively appreciate it. I'll see you next time. Cheers.